going on, guys? It's Tamiya time again. So I've got my XV01 we talked about back in a scale garage video, and I think I've got everything I need to get this up and running. So we're going to take a look at that. I've got the torque tuned motor, got just a random servo I've got. It's probably way overkill for a rally car. Got the cheapest 1040 style of ESC that came with Dean's connectors I could find on eBay. And the most expensive thing, probably the SR315 Spectrum receiver. I really don't need a 3-channel on this, but that's the only one I have, so that's what we're going to roll with. I've also got a hardened pinion gear, sorry, it's been a while. And yeah, we'll see if we can make this thing run. We're going to work on the chassis and stuff first. Going to do it all kind of in high speed just to get stuff done, knocked out, and then we'll tinker with the body. We've got to do some repairs and yeah, just beef it up a little bit, make it work for what we're going to be doing. So let's get started. Alright guys, made a fair bit of progress. I've run into a little delay. So first delay I had, the servo wouldn't fit. I guess you have to use these shorties. I stole this off my old Apocalypse Sand Scorcher. I had put this little short one, it's a little drift servo. Pretty inexpensive one if I remember right. We'll see how it holds up. It's got a nick in the wire. Need to cover that with something. And got the receiver and that cheap ESC mounted. Got the cable battery connector run over. Then I ran into the issue I didn't think about. The ESC in the back, motor in the front, I've got to have extensions, and I don't have anything to do that on hand, so I had to order a little kit with the crimping tool, and yeah, everything I could find pre-made on Amazon was the new gold bullet ones that are on all the brushless systems. And yeah, I'm still using these old school kinds, so got a little tool and a little set of those with the little rubber grommets and everything, and some 16 gauge wire if I remember right. Yeah, that's what that was. Couldn't find any 14 that was not a giant spool of it, and I don't need all that, so I'm just going to rock it with the 16. This thing's not going to be that hardcore. Probably won't even be able to run a 3S on this. Probably just keep it a 2-cell and have some fun with it. But luckily with my new place I get my mail, it's in a couple towns over because it's a bigger town, and I can get things more reliably and delivered to the right address there at one of those mailbox places. I can get the 1-day shipping through Amazon, so it'll be there tomorrow. I have to pick it up tomorrow midday, and we'll pick back up there. Alright guys, so the day's passed. I got this 1-day shipping on Amazon, this little set, and I got a crimping tool for these type of connectors. Hard to find this kind of stuff. Everything's got the bullet style connectors now with the brushless systems. So I also picked up some 14 gauge wire. That would be pretty good. I think 14 gauge is what's on the ESC. The motor wires are a little bit smaller. So we got the old style bullet kind of connectors, and we've got the little rubber grommets and everything for it. I'll put a link below to this, to the Amazon store. Pretty inexpensive stuff with the tool. I've never had one before. Been with the channel for a while, you know, I'm not that good at soldering. I can't keep a soldering iron alive for very long because I always use them for other things. So yeah, we're just going to crimp all this together. First thing, I don't have any wire strippers because they're in my toolbox in storage. So I'm going to spend some time cutting these back. and then we'll see how this tool works. Alright, so that took me a little figuring out. Thought I had the wrong size crimp gun, but it does work. Took me a couple tries. See, I messed up a few, but the second one came out a lot better than the first one. The key with this thing, if you're looking at these, when you get it crimped in there, quick. If you linger and it puts more pressure, the slower you go, and you end up damaging up the end of the wire and making it worse. So got these done. So now we're gonna get this. Let me get this stuff out the way, and we'll install these wires. All right, guys. Bad news. The servo has a cut in the wire, so I found another short one. I robbed it from my TT01 and started testing everything. Front dog bone kept getting in a bind. I thought it was broken, but this piece here is all boogered up. I don't know what or why or how. Camber block, and that's not something you can easily find. It's kind of a XV01 or a DF01, but yeah, they're all overseas. So I've got some aluminum ones coming, as well as some CVD shafts for the front, but it's going to be probably a month before all that gets here. So yeah, I was hoping to get this ready to run at Beat the Creek, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen. So, oh well, better luck next year. But anyway, let's fast forward in time, and we'll keep back up on this.
Over 1 month later.
Alright guys, so a month of waiting. Got my, I don't even remember what these are called now, and I got some CV shafts. Yeah, I don't know what was going on. Even the other side has some rub marks. I don't know if something was built incorrectly. This one got all chewed up, and yeah, it just shaft kept popping out, catching in there and locking up everything. So luckily I didn't break any of the gearbox gears, so those are going in the trash. But yeah, it took a while to get all this stuff. XV01 parts are hard to come by right now. They're all overseas. There's nothing in stock here in the States, apparently. So yeah, I think the racing shafts I found on eBay, they got here pretty quick. But the other part, nothing, man. Even the factory plastic ones, just impossible to come by. So now we're back on track. Get this thing ready to run. I'm gonna do electronics check now. We got a LiPo, and we will hopefully pick up where we left off, which I don't remember exactly where that was. See how our cheap speed controller does. Seems pretty good. Gotta adjust the trims a little bit. Oh, where are we at? Steering all left. Oh, so we need to adjust the servo itself. Goody. Gotta take that back out. I'm going to go ahead and zero out the trim here so we can start back at 0. Alright guys, so I found these. I couldn't find any small like air ducting or anything for like household purpose or anything like that. And I wanted to cover up those ugly holes we made for the air ride. And it worked out pretty well. And it actually works as a functional hood scoop. Get some air right on top of the motor. This thing's a ripper, dude. I was surprised. That's the torque tuned motor. And just a cheap little $15 like 1040 style speed controller. And I ran that on a very small, I think it was a 2003 cell. So she ran good. That 3 cell was running low, so I'd call it quits. But man, I only had one issue. The steering keeps bumping to the left, so I don't know if our stock servo saver is slipping or something's not right with that. So we're gonna have to replace that servo horn, I guess, put just a solid mount on there and rock and roll. So, but other than that, man, this thing, I was pleasantly surprised. It looked cool, lean. It was sliding and drifting. Like this chassis a lot. I've always wanted one of these, and I never knew, how good they actually were. With the front motor, the all-wheel drive, it really leans into the turns, and it wants more throttle. So if you let off the throttle in a turn, it just starts understeering, and no fun. But if you keep on the throttle, it'll kind of walk the back end around because it's so light. So I'm pretty happy with this. I think this was a good choice. I wish I'd have had this for Beat the Creek for the rally competition, but oh well. Got a lot of stuff to play with on it. Play with some suspension settings and things of that nature, because it is setting a little bit lower now in the front. Now that we've kind of run it a little bit, but man, that was fun. I dig it. So I think we're gonna wrap this video up here, guys. You saw on the body, all I did was line it with duct tape or Gorilla tape, try and reinforce some of these cracks and splits and stuff we had in it. It already got filthy. Oh wow, got real filthy. So again, I don't know what the deal is with our servo. It's just, I don't know, won't stay aligned. It could be that servo. That cheap ESC did barely fit in there. I needed to move it back, but I'd already taped it. So I just lengthened these wires a little bit more and got it all to work. But I like this chassis a lot. We just got to tweak it a little bit more and go from there. Motor's still hot. 3 cell might have been a little much. But anyway, guys, I appreciate y'all watching. Hope y'all are enjoying these Tamiya time videos. This stuff's fun to me. I know it's not everybody's cup of tea, but it's part of the hobby, and I enjoy it. So keep it scale, guys. I'll see y'all in the next video.